Greetings, guys. This is Dotland Media. Please kindly subscribe and hit the notification bell if you have not done so. Thank you. There has been many claims and spectaculations that the Igboland is landlocked. But is that true? No, that is nowhere close to reality. There are many seaports closed down in Igboland before and after the Biafra Genocidal war, which they call the Civil War. They promoted all kinds of lies to make people believe that Igboland is landlocked. Igbos have many seas that has link to the Atlantic. Nigerian President Muhammadu Buhari ignorantly claimed that Igbo States are landlocked. Such views is totally misleading and believed by many unverified. Have you ever thought of who controls the airspace and sincerely evaluate the sea passage? Now calm down and watch this video. Thank you.
When you say they are landlocked, then think about it that the airspace is controlled by them. So if the airspace is controlled by the Igbos, hey, we often hear that Igbos are landlocked or Igbos are in dot, according to Buhari. But Buhari, with his limited IQ, have never thought of the airspace. This is my flight from Qatar to Nigeria. Then look at what I saw here. I found out that these flights have to actually run around Igboland before they can move to Lagos. Now that tells you that Igbos control the airspace. I'm not making this up. You can see everything. See over here, Imo State, Aba. Look at there, Ihiala. So guys, look at Onitsha. Could you imagine if we have our flight here? Then it could be something interesting and more cheaper for you to fly. But you know what? We have to run around all Igboland before you can have a space to take to Lagos or Abuja. So guys, look at Enugu. You remember we have Enugu International Airport. Nigerian government is not using it. So indirectly, in order to inflict pain on Igbos, Nigeria is actually creating hardship for their people. If they have to build airline in place like Imo State, look across river here, Afikpo. If they can build airspace here, that will save you money and that will save Nigerian people a lot from traveling abroad and spending millions of naira. This flight here, you know, from here, it probably take about maybe 20 or 30 minutes to get to Lagos. So why can't the Nigerian government look at the Enugu here, look at Abakaliki? It's all about Igbos here. You know, when people say Igbos are landlocked, you have to think about it again. You don't what you just watch now. This is not something I make up. Do you mind that if Nigerian government should build international airport, the functioning international airport very well in Igboland, it will save a lot of people money and time. Look at the time that the flights have to turn around all Igboland before heading to Abuja or Lagos. You see, sometimes, you know, we try to operate well, in the same way we are holding ourselves. We're just creating jobs and giving money to a foreign country. That is not necessarily, but because our own greediness, because our own hatred, we begin to plan this thing. You see, again, people talk about the river, you know, but this, I take my time to say, oh my God, if it is Nigerian government knows, why can't they have the international airport in this area? Because it's just easy for flight to land and take off. Why do you have to turn all the way around in order to go to Lagos or Abuja? Now, if you have Biafra, then Biafra will control that airspace. The Nigerian government to use that airspace, they have to pay huge amount of money. And if you don't pay that, the Biafran armies or Biafran Air Force will bring the flight down. So when people say that Igboland is landlocked, you are in trouble. Do you know even other places that say landlocked, and you see the only place you find there is Cross River. You find all Igbo, Anambra, Imo State, Abia State. They are all their airspace being used by the flight to run around before going to Lagos. So if at all that you are thinking about Igboland being landlocked, you have to think again. And I believe this is how it is in the sea too. If you take if you take your time, the Igboland will be actually closer to all the Atlantic Oceans than to the Apapa and the one we use in Lagos. So why can't we make this thing happen? You see, you have to be careful. You know, this is our